So Windows updates has to be updated every 30 days. Okay. So if you're seeing something, if system is moving slow, honestly, that's usually like the biggest complaint. The first thing you're going to always ask, like, if it has nothing to do with the sensors, like sensors are working fine, it's just like they're actually in the test and not like something's going wrong, like a capture window isn't pulling up.
Can you share your screen again?
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Sorry. All right. Now can you see?
Yes.
Okay. So if the system is moving slow, if capture window isn't coming up, or if it's just any like generally delayed, first question you're going to ask is when was the last time you had your Windows updated? Okay. A lot of them are going to be like, oh, I have no idea. So let's see if there's actually. Okay. So Windows update, we're going to go to the bottom left corner. And a lot of the time, like what I'll do is I'll see if like I can. So there's some people that know what I'm talking, like know what we're talking about when we say like, is your Windows updated? Always offer to get on a call with them. You can always send them a Teams invite. Like it's so much easier to see their screen. Or if they're like in the moment, hey, do you have FaceTime? Can I call you really quick and just have you show me your screen?
Yep.
It's always easier to do it that way than just like sending them off directions. You can send them off directions, but always offer a call. Okay.
Yep.
So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the bottom left corner of the Windows icon. You're going to start typing in updates. You're going to open this up. So then you're going to go check for updates. This is going to allow if there are any updates to be pushed through, it'll be pushed through. Okay. You can also check out view update history. So when was the last time it was updated? Like we'll see people that haven't updated it since like 2022.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if they're having the lagging, if they're having any sort of delay, first thing we're going to do is going to update the system. Okay. That's what you need to do. Now, then what you'll do is once they need to update the system, you can press check for updates. And usually it'll be like update blah 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 is ready to go. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to write that into the Word document. We'll go directions. My fingers are so numb. Bottom left corner. Click on the Windows icon. Start typing updates. Go to update history. And then check for updates. One thing to note, select users and a lot of large outpatient division users cannot do their own updates. It has to go through security. Okay. You'll know it right when you see it, like every select person. So NovaCare, Banner, Physiotherapy Select, like they cannot do their own updates. They'll have to contact the IT, which we know how that goes in Select.
Yeah.
So, and then any like large outpatient division, if you're looking at it and it's like grayed out and you can't click on it,
Yep.
you're gonna have to check in with your IT.
Okay.
Select users. I recommend going to Jeff Higgy or Alex Tamanini. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. So like what I'll say is if it's a select user, you'll call IT and you'll say, hey, I need a Surface update. They'll be like, we don't use Surfaces. This happened all the time when I worked there, and it still happens now. We don't use them. I'm like, no, we do. It's for a Dorsivy system. Can I just be transferred over to Jeff Higgy or Alex Tomini?
Yep.
And then they'll either transfer me or they'll be like, I'll need a call back. If you don't get a call back, or if they don't get a call back, like you'll want to follow up with them. I'll put their emails in here and I would just CC them in on an email with Jeff. Hey, so and so needs their software updated. And once they get sent to tier 2, there is no coming back from that. So, but honestly, the challenging part is that's out of your control.
Yeah.
So you really can't do anything. And I think you can say that, like, I apologize, but like right now my hands are tied. I can't update your system. You can't update your system, and it really needs to be updated.
Yep.
In order for that to move smoothly. Like, obviously be understanding, but I mean,
yeah,
it's not your fault.
But the Dorsivy, it popped up as a username password,
Awesome.
like portal. So
yeah, go ahead and just type in Dorsivy, all lowercase. Let me know what happens.
It says select a subject.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead and just like type in. I just want to make sure you have the AMI first and foremost. I'm sure you do. But just like I think you just have to do like the name, age, height, weight, just where the asterisks are, and then save.
So add a subject.
Yeah.
So it looks like I have the low back, movement challenges, AMI, functional, hamstring, knee, and running.
Perfect. And then, are your sensors charging right now?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, awesome. We are in the Surface, which is great. Okay. Any questions on Windows updates?
Nope. That's pretty
Okay.
standard.
The next thing is making sure the Bluetooth is off. Okay, so the Bluetooth signal, a lot of the time, you're going to see this if they have the spinning circle. Or if RFD disconnects. Or random. Okay, and I'll explain these. So, all right, Bluetooth. Okay, so you have your RFD, right? Remember the RFD that is? Okay, so the RFD is on a lot of the time. It's receiving the sensor information, right? And it's putting the information from the RFD through the USB cord into the Surface, right?
Yep.
So a lot of the time, if there's an interference with the RFD, it can be on the same wavelength as like your headphones, a Bluetooth speaker in the clinic, something like that. Okay, and so sometimes it can interfere. Also, a big one is going to be like if there's an MRI machine in the area. Okay, so if they're like, hey, our Windows is up to date, we're still seeing the spinning circle, we're seeing that the RFD is maybe disconnecting, so it'll actually say on the screen, it'll have a picture of the RFD, and then it'll be like a big circle with a red line in it. And they'll usually tell you that.
Yep.
Or as they're doing the assessment, the data tracings on the assessment are just like weird and not cohesive with the other ones. What you do, so that's the next question, is your Bluetooth turned off? Okay, so what you do is you go down to the bottom left corner again, type in Bluetooth. If it's turned on, you ask them to turn it off. Okay, pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want me to write those directions in, or do you feel like you get it?
Yeah, I understand that one.
Okay. Also, so the next one is going to be check software version. This will be usually a syncing issue. So if you go on your Surface, if you hover to the top left corner, the application's open, hover to the top left corner, see the Dorsey V symbol up at the top?
Yep.
Just hover your cursor over there. What's the version that you have?
V Suite 770.
So it's 00.77.0.
Yep.
Okay. So that's the most updated version. If they don't have this and they're having a syncing issue, you're going to send them that exact document that I sent you yesterday to download the link. Okay.
So how will I know like what the most updated version is?
You do the exact same thing as what I just did.
Okay.
Hey, hover over top of your, and I'll write that here. Check. Open up Dorsey V application. Hover over the top left corner symbol.
I mean, like when would I know like there is an updated version? Like we know this one's updated because I just downloaded it.
There won't be another updated version.
Oh,
This will
okay.
be, yeah, this will be the most updated version. If they
Okay.
have like a completely different version, like than this, you're gonna send them this link,
Okay.
that link. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I didn't
We're
know
not-
if they updated it a lot.
No, we're not gonna update this ever again because we're trying to transition everyone over to
right.
vMove Plus. Yeah.
Okay.
Oakley, stop. Oakley. Sorry, my dog. Oakley.
That's
Hey.
okay.
Oaks. Thank you. What is that called? I think it's just, yeah, MS Link. Okay. We're gonna spend a few more minutes on this. I actually really don't do this one. The next one I would do is verify they are only using the Surface for Dorsey V tests. So a lot of the time people use the system like the Surface as like an extra laptop that bogs down the RAM, the storage on there. So they should not be using it for anything else but the Surface or but the Dorsey V. And when they purchase it, they know that too.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing that happens with Select users. So you know how like Select users, you have an Dorsey V issued iPad or Surface. Okay. Select will have their own Select issued Surfaces. So what they have to do is they have to log in with their Select credentials every time they log into the Surface. So it's just like how you would log into a normal laptop or desktop when you're logging in from Select.
Yep.
So what happens is for every person that logs in with their Select credentials, it recopies down the entire database onto that Surface. So it bogs down the storage, it bogs down the RAM. So select users a lot of the time, and I'll just make this its own thing. Select users a lot of the time have to reboot the system or do a hard reboot.
Yep.
Okay. And doing the hard reboot, it's going to clear the RAM. And I have a direction sheet for that too on there. So select users. So if you see that, so usually it's, okay, when was the system last updated? Yesterday. Okay, perfect. That's not it. Let's check your Bluetooth. Is your Bluetooth on or off? It's off. Okay, so it's not that. Can you double check your software version up at the top left? Okay, no, it's not that. Are you only using the Surface for your Dorsivy test or using it for documentation? We're not using it for documentation, only for Dorsivy. Okay, how many people do you have currently signing in to your system? I have about 8 people using this. All right, so let's do a hard reboot and let's double check and make sure that the system runs properly after that. Okay, so the hard reboot, all it is like holding down the power button for like 16 seconds. It's gonna
Yep.
like wait, it's gonna shut down, something else is gonna pop up. The directions are on that sheet, and I'll make sure you have it on here. And usually what I'll do is if you're like, I can't remember how to do the hard reboot, I'll just pull up the directions or I'll send it off in an email to them. Can you perform this when you have a moment to do this? I just want to make sure I have the hard reboot. Okay. So, hard reset the Surface. Press and hold simultaneously down the power button and the volume up button. So sorry, you're holding both of those down. On the top left corner of the Surface, casing for 10 to 15 seconds. Please do not release the buttons until you see the Surface restarting. Okay. A white system information screen will pop up. Please click on exit button on the top left, then click on the restart now button on the top right of the same white screen. Pretty easy. All this is going to do is just reset the RAM. So it's clearing the RAM, it's giving you more storage up front. Let's save this. Is this all making sense so far? Okay.
Yep.
And it's kind of hard to go through scenarios without like having an actual customer doing this.
But I feel this is pretty standard, like for any tech, like, you know, the troubleshooting.
Okay, I already have that saved. Awesome. Let's do. We're gonna pivot. Yeah, let's pivot over to the PowerPoint. Any questions on any of this yet?
Nope.
Oh, good. Okay. Once you have like access to share your screen, we're gonna start doing some scenarios. We'll probably start each morning with like a scenario and just have you educate it to Salesforce. Okay. And your person should be coming in the next 20-ish minutes, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just gonna make sure I save a copy of this for you. All right. Okay. So when we train people, I'm going to have you probably you'll get trained today. I would say, are you able to, when's the next time we train?
I don't think we have one locked in yet. I think we just did this week, right?
Let's just actually schedule this. Okay, so I can't do Tuesday of next week. Are you still on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Let me look.
Okay.
I think, yeah, that should work. The only thing is Thursday, I would probably need to be done a little earlier. I have a meeting with Select at 12, so that I have to prepare for a little bit.
So Wednesday, you want to go same time?
Yeah.
Okay, just do this. I'm going to have you teach me how to do the movement suite after this. Okay. I think it's like
Okay.
the best to literally learn it, study it maybe over the weekend if you have a little bit of time, and just track those hours too, because those are hours worked as far as I'm concerned. You can
Yeah.
review this video. And then you'll teach me how to do it like I'm a customer and I've never seen the movement suite before.
Okay. Yep.
And you'll just do the AMI. Do you want me to send it to your Dorsivy email? Just keep it all in Dorsivy.
Yeah, I think that's helpful.
Okay. And this will reflect 10 a.m. on your time. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Do you want me to stop recording this and then do another recording for just Movement Suite so you just look at that video instead of this entire thing? Would that be helpful?
Probably. Yeah, actually, that would be.